Hello, happy time zone obligatory associates. How is everybody doing today, tonight, this morning, afternoon, evening, wherever it may be in your time zone? I am happy that you are joining me for the stream, whether you're watching it in the future when it's posted on YouTube or if you're watching it right now. I thank you so much for joining me. These streams I've been doing every day at about 8 a.m. Eastern Time, every weekday, trying to go along through summer camp and get some noveling done, some world building done, and just have a lot of fun. We have camps, 2 summer camps going on at the same time. There is NaNoWriMo, which stands for National Novel Writing Month. Real NaNoWriMo is in November, but they do have 2 camps, one in the spring and one in the summer. And then we have World Anvil, which is all about world building, and they have a summer camp, which actually runs this month, which is the same time as NaNoWriMo's summer camp. So, 2 birds with one net, as I like to say. And without further ado, we can get into it. I did some sprinting on stream yesterday, and I got quite a few words done. I felt really good about that, so I think that we can start off this stream with another sprint. Let's see. Going on over to my Discord server. Send your track. Alright. And let's start a sprint here. Sprint. How about 20 minutes? Okay. And I am going to be working on some world building articles that I started yesterday. Well, not just yesterday. I started world building articles all throughout this month, but we are going to look at some of the ones from, let's see, articles. We can go to some of the ones from EXPANSE. Case files, summer camp, EXPANSE. Because these really need to get finished off. I did manage to get this volcano island up to 368 words, but the problem is it's still named a placeholder name. So we're going to have to do something about that. There's some other ones that I did not do as much with. I think that I need to work on those as well. Well, I have to go now, so how about these vehicles? Sky Bullets was a good working name that Dream Cartographer came up with on stream. A viewer that I'm always thankful to have in the chat. Let's see. So we settled on this being a type of vehicle used for long journeys to and from space. So we can talk more about that. What is the word count currently on this one? 150? Okay, so I'm going to join with 150. Oh, hello, there she is, Dream Cartographer. How are you today? Or this afternoon, evening, wherever it may be in your time zone. We are just going to go ahead and do some sprinting to finish off these Sky Bullets. We're already at 150 words, so let's see if we can get it up to at least 300 words. Properties. We didn't do anything with that. How about communication tools and systems? That's a good place to start. because we did establish that it's going to communicate with the volcano island thing, and I will tag it here, but of course the name will change when I change that placeholder name. But they do have to communicate back with their island that they are launched from. On board, there are communication methods that allow the crew to keep in contact with the volcano island and the various space bases of the various bases in space that they travel um should I say telephone? Okay, I'm just going to keep going because this is a sprint. So it might be redundant, but I will go back through and I will change it. So messaging text-based to verbal messaging. Okay. All right. how about maybe, there's always on ships and rocket ships, like, not enough escape pods. And it's like, is this on purpose? But really, sometimes you can't really fit. If an escape pod was able to fit everybody that's on board, it would just be another full ship. So that's not really practical. I would think that there will probably be 2 or 3 escape pods on this ship. Okay, I think that we did a lot there. So now we're at 388 words. Pretty good. Was it at 150 before? Great. So let's see how much time we have on the sprint. About 10 minutes. That's what we did yesterday. That was pretty neat. So we are going to go ahead and put those into Nano. I typed 238 words, so where is my NaNoWriMo progress? 238 words. Great job. And we are going to head on to another article. So we kind of got the sky bullets good enough. So what else can we work on? We have these trackers. We did quite a bit on those. I guess we could finish off the trackers. It shouldn't take too long to get 212 words up to 300. Okay, so let's see what else. Okay. I think I already said this up here. Didn't I talk about how? Oh, yes. So let's go down to here. dietary needs and habits. Let's see. These things are probably like very low maintenance. Oh, it's not time up yet. Okay. Well, growth rates and stages, let's see. From seed, and that into ambush. Because if those birds were like dandelions, where everything they just the wind blows and all the dandelion seeds fly and then they just start growing everywhere, that would totally defeat the whole purpose of the birds, because they don't want them to be too populous all around. They just want to put them in certain places so that when people walk across those places and they see on the map that there has been activity and movement, they will know that it was as a result of a person and not just as a result of the plant growing as it would. So it looks like I did 184 words for that one. Pretty neat. So those are now over 300 words. We're good with that. Let's see what else we can do. How long do we have left? 30 minutes and 21 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I love that. Okay. I just love numbers like that. What can we do in 3 minutes? We have prison sector. Let's see. What can we say about the prison sector? It already has 100 words. Demographics, government. things don't really... We can talk about defenses. Alright, so, all spelled weird. I think that is a native spelling. So, the American way is with an S, I believe, but World Anvil beans are from Europe, so they spell it slightly different. Let's see, the prison sector is full of defenses that help to keep prisoners in and prevent intruders from entering. They're also animals. Oh, and the plants we just talked about. Human, animal, plant, and automated. I placed all over the island. Almost, but the sprint is up. What did I even do? I did like 100 something, I did 200 something. It was 300 something. I don't even know. Something. Okay. I'm sure I did more than that, but that's good for now. That was a great sprint, and I just still want to finish off this article and just make sure it's a little over 300 words so that we can be done with that. Let's see what else we can talk about here. We can talk about there's different places for the prisoners because of course they're still people, so they want to give them, yard time and stuff like that. I don't know if that would be under districts, but I can just put it there for now. There are several. Yes, underground yard. Of course, yeah, they don't want them to be too exposed to the outside too much, but of course they're going to need to be outside sometimes. But they, for the most part, keep them inside. They probably do have a time where they take them up out of the underground and just, for a moment. But that is a heavily secured area, and I'm sure that if it still will be surrounded by those walls like prisons are, and guards will be everywhere. But that would be a time for somebody to try to escape if they want to try, but I don't know how successful they will be. So we are now at 314 words, so we can consider that a success for now. I'm going to reload so that we can see how this goes. So that one's good. This one was not very expanded upon. So we have two that are kind of not expanded upon. This material and the organization connected to a natural phenomenon. And I'm starting to think that the people who are monitoring those birds, technically those birds aren't all natural because they are genetically altered. So yeah, we have a bit of time to think about that. But what is it? This material harvestable from nature. We didn't think of what it was yet. Those are the two things that we really need to think about some more. But I think I'm going to go over to leadership because I don't think we did anything in leadership. Military conflict resolved through excellent leadership. For organization associated with governance, leadership, or change. Settlement that leads the known world in something. Well, in this case, the known world is just will-o-wisp because the real world doesn't know about this stuff. I would think that this kind of settlement could be the, not the weapons sector, but probably the, what else was it? It was some kind of experiment sector. Let me search it. Here we go. Yes, the experiment sector. I think that that will lead the known world in something because they have all kinds of experiments there that are and I guess that could be an underground vault as well. Yeah, even though these are kind of underground, so a lot of them they have some sections that are above ground, but they just want to keep a lot of stuff underground because they do not want to risk things being out in the open, things being able to be seen from above, stuff like that. So if there is any pilots flying overhead or something, they don't want this island to look like, hey, what's that? What are all these buildings? You know, and make people get suspicious. All these islands, as I've said, are kind of under the radar. They do not want anybody to know about them. If somebody stumbles upon the island coincidentally, then they want them to see that it's like not interesting. That's kind of the whole deal. So the experiment sector can lead the known world in something. Organization Will-O-Wisp. Where is the parent location? Yes. So we can talk about defenses. Yep. So like the prison sector. that's 107 words. I think that's a good start. At least we know what we're working with. What was the... Excuse me. Allergies. Alright. Good question. If you notice, Dream Cartographer asks, so there's no live experiments going on in there? If you pay attention to what I said here, I said there's no worry about people escaping from it. Didn't say anything else. There's no worry about people escaping from it. That's all I'm gonna say. So, you can make your theories, but notice my wording. Okay, now, I think that, oh yes, Dream Cartographer also did notice that in some of my previous recordings, I accidentally did not have the audio, like not my voice, but like the audio in page. That was actually, it was not able to be heard on the recording. So I apologize for that. If you were watching those old episodes and were like, wait, what are they listening to? I can't hear anything. Don't worry. I am thankful that Dream Cartographer brought it to my attention, and I will be working to add the sounds so that you guys cannot be left out, so that you guys can know what we were listening to, because especially on a special episode where we were playing a choose your own adventure kind of style game, there were some cool things to hear. And I did not want you guys to miss out on that. Those are some funny little things to hear. And I'm so glad also, Dream Cartographer, that you brought it to my attention in time, because I told you next Monday is Constance's birthday, and I have a little surprise that I was going to play on stream for you guys, and I would have not liked for the audio to be like not working. That would be horrible. So yes, I know, yeah, you only checked the number 5, so I will go through myself and kind of try to, because I do remember when I played certain elements. I don't play music very often on here anyway, so it shouldn't be too many that are in need of editing. But if there is an audio element there, I will try to add it. So you will see some of those videos may be deleted or either marked no sound or something, and then I'll add a new one that says improved sound added or something like that. So yeah, thank you so much for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, so we have 15 minutes left. I just want to see, just to help myself figure out, is this working, you know? I'm gonna go to the world and try to play an audio thing, so that when I go back to edit, if I don't hear it here, then I will know that the thing I tried to do to fix it didn't work. Hopefully it did, but let's try. Dream Cartographer, did you ever go listen to that First Impressions on your own? If not, we could play that on the stream. It is about 10 minutes long, but if you want to hear it, we can. If not, totally fine. I will play this Troubled Beginnings trailer. Do remember that our book is now out and available to be played. This can be played, you can read it. In order for this to work, you're gonna have to tell me everything.
There is no reason for me to do this. The past has passed. All is burned to ash It's unimportant.
I told you my whole life story. You're way overdue for your turn.
There's absolutely nothing to gain.
There is much to be gained, and you know it.
Everything?
Everything.
All right, as you wish.
Okay, so yes, that was it. Hopefully, future me will hear the sound in the video. If not, then I will know that something's wrong. Also, yes. The people in Twitch right now, I'm sure you guys heard that. Yes, you did? Okay, great. But the people on YouTube, if you did not hear that, don't worry. I will fix it and try to upload and edit. If you did hear it, great. Then I know that from this day forward, I do not have to go back and edit. You know, trial and error, as I've been saying from the beginning. Everything's a work in progress. Everything is learning and growing together, and I'm thankful that you guys are being very patient with me and helping to just be there and be awesome. And I appreciate you guys so much. So, Dream Cartographer said that she did not hear first impressions. So, to finish off this stream, to help also with my audio stuff that I'm trying to test out, I'm going to play this first impressions, which is from there's an awesome being on World Anvil called Shy Red Fox, and she created this VSS collab challenge. So VSS is like a very short story. It's a Twitter-sized story. So this is like between I think it's 280 characters, I believe, on Twitter is the limit. So the goal is to make a story with 280 characters, and she thought to string them together into threads so that each of the stories that you make every day will kind of connect, but yet they're a story all on their own, which is pretty neat. So she does these every month. Every month there's a different theme. There's different words that you have to use, prompt words, and then you can also use words from other VSS Twitter pages and stuff like that. But if you're not on Twitter, you can still do this. This is a great exercise for any writer or anybody who just wants to do something creative. So you will see that the word choices here, some of them are a bit weird, but that's because that was the prompt. So I hope that I put them together in a good way for you guys. And without further ado, I can mute my microphone and go ahead and let you guys check out this first impressions. Just a brief overview of the story. This is someone, secret agent someone else would, and also Constance, which is his obligatory associate, not partner, obligatory associate. So this covers kind of when they first met, and it goes back and forth. It goes from him telling his perspective to her telling her perspective, but they're telling a continuous story, but it goes back and forth, and I think it's pretty interesting to see both of their opinions on the matter and their voices in the story, if you will. The first VSS I did was Singed Remnants, which was a teaser for Troubled Beginnings, and it was a little more dark, and it was more personal into someone's past. But this is a fun, cool, exciting, little, cute, comical bit. So I'm gonna let you guys enjoy that.
Commander said General Rigotto had finally come down from his high horse to allow me back into the field without a partner. I had the fortuitous advantage of being one of Will-O-Wisp's highest level agents, so I knew they couldn't keep me benched for long.
Commander called me up, said he had a new partner for me. After Sarah, I wasn't sure if I could get used to another tag-along, but I figured it couldn't hurt to try. Blame it on Bitrod. The file he sent didn't go into detail. We were to meet in person.
He sent me the details of my first mission, back in the game, the Ambassador's Summit operation. It had a nice flavour, betrayal, intrigue, secrecy, danger, the whole bit. I was on my way, drifting carefree as a sailboat. Absolutely nothing could dampen my mood, or so I thought.
I asked when Commander let me know the description of my new partner. His hoarse laugh told me something wasn't right. Wouldn't even give me the guy's name. Weird. Sarah's injury was unfortunate. I wasn't in the mood for funny business.
I walked into his office, alias in my head, grin on my face that quickly faded when I saw her sitting there. I knew exactly what this was. He wanted me to join the Partners Club. Not a chance. I hot-footed it out of there before either of them could say a word.
One look, and his pervasive personality hit me. He was interesting, alluring. I didn't know him, but I somehow already liked him. He was a virus attacking my mainframe. Though he was gone in an instant, I stared at the empty doorway until Commander prompted me to hurry and go follow him.
This little game wasn't amusing in the least. Whoever she was, I planned to leave her in the dust, just as I had with Bruce. I strode down the hall, the sound of her heels gaining on me. I had a backbone and refused to get into this partner rubbish.
Tried to flag him down several times. Didn't react until I jumped clean in front of him. Progress, I suppose. He didn't talk. Didn't even shake my hand. I caught a glimpse of his sapphire eyes, though, so I followed him. What else should I have done?
Ignoring her best I could, I got into the car and started to mash the lock button when she climbed into the passenger side. I let out a heavy sigh as I pulled off towards the airport. No matter how fast I went, I felt we were going at a snail's pace, 'cause she wouldn't shut up the whole ride through.
I asked him several questions, but he didn't answer. Didn't so much as jump. He was cool, calm, and collected the whole drive to the airport. You would have thought my words had gotten sucked into a wormhole before making it into his ears.
It was clear this woman wasn't getting the hint. She continued asking questions, asking my name. Unimportant, all of it. No reason to discuss such trivial matters. I felt as if I was some specimen studied in microscopy. Simmer down, will you?
I decided to press until I received an answer. When we finally got to the airport, someone? He said I could call him someone or don't call him at all. Okay, this is a bona fide wacko. I stared at the dirt befuddled for a while before coming back to my senses.
I was somewhat infamous throughout all of Will-O-Wisp, but she hadn't heard of me yet. Perfect. I was holding all the aces. If I played my cards right, I could sweep her under the rug with a broom and never see her again.
Once inside, I quieted down a bit. Still, for some reason, my curiosity continued to grow every time my eyes fell over him. Black suit, green tie, malachite eyes, behavior that stank like a skunk. Why was I so attracted to him? There was something more.
When we found our seats on the plane, I figured she'd run out of power sooner or later. Couldn't have been any less correct. Constance talked and talked and talked until I fell asleep, dreaming of dark, desolate alleys and danger to escape her droning.
He thought he was so superior, I guess, being an elite and all. But I was an elite too. It really didn't matter what either of us was. If we were going to be stuck together, we were going to make it work. We would change the wrongs to rights. As partners.
I awakened and my tranquility vanished. To my dismay, the menace had returned and was apparently here to stay. I thought otherwise. She continued the chat, and I interacted. Only a bit. Conversation was unimportant.
Between the drive and the flight, I worked a few sentences out of him. Enough to call an actual conversation. Kinda. My brilliant plan was in effect, and the results were promising. There was now a hole in the privacy fence, through which I smiled hello.
On our way to the hotel, her smile seemed to glow in the light of the golden hour's sun. Her eyes were bright. Her laugh was quaint. I looked away. What was she even so giddy about?
I studied the fascinating anomaly of a man and began to remember hearing of him. He had will-o-wisp history. Some hotshot. Never had a partner before, except one guy he had knocked out cold? Not me. I wouldn't let myself wake up washed up on some shore. Better keep my guard up.
Volatile, dangerous, crazy. I've been called many things, and I didn't give a care, so long as the word wasn't partner. If I was going to be stuck with another agent, I'd call us what we were, obligatory associates. She was nothing more than a limpet, really.
He was devoted to being difficult, trying to order 2 different hotel rooms for us. How suspicious. I stopped him before he could start a scene with the poor clerk in the lilac blouse. I could tell this was going to be a long mission.
She was taking control, leaving her mark, proving that 2 could play the game. Well then, let the games begin.
I called the bed, and he didn't even acknowledge it. Instead, he carried on checking the room for bugs like the elite that he was. I'd heard about his crazy side, but this guy was all work, no play. What gives?
This was not going to be a permanent setup. Plain and simple, I was only waiting for the right opportunity to pull the move I worked on Bruce and tidy up this mission at a rate of knots.
He soon reverted back to saying everything was unimportant. Unimportant. The word that shielded him from each and every one of my question darts. Still, I sensed a hint of playfulness right beneath the surface. It was time to make things irresistibly fun.
She had speed and wit, somehow managing to trick me into a fun game. She thought it fun. Anyway.
Said he didn't drink alcohol. Neither did I. Spiced up a sparkling water for the drinking game instead. Got him to notice just how many times he used that annoying word, unimportant.
Her persistence was undoubtedly impressive. Her ability to produce clever responses to my quips in record time took me by surprise, only slightly. However, I'd underestimated her.
I defied all pressure to leave him be. He played the cold role, but I felt something begging me to dig deeper, pulling me in to dance along to his twisted song. And so I did, but I danced my way.
For every point I made, she had a counter. This wasn't how things usually went. In the morning, I'd be better prepared. The mission itself would serve as a level playing field. Soon, the past would be burned to ash. Unimportant.
And so that was that. Alrighty, let's see. Dream Cartographer says work equals play for someone, which for spy means things blow up more easily. Yeah, so he's weird. Like, she was like, why is he acting so serious? He didn't want her to be his partner. She soon did find out where the fun was, and she wasn't exactly happy about it. You can read about that in it's called First Mission. So um, we'll see. Yeah, I should get this voiced sometime as well. This was their first mission, and I can put this in the chat. I believe some of you already read it, but yeah, this is where things began to get fun and went very horribly wrong. And she figured out what kind of guy this guy really was. But yeah, that's a story for another time. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You liked it. Thank you. I appreciate that. It always makes me smile when people enjoy my work. So that is that, and it is now officially time to end the stream. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me today. And as I said, I'm going to use those audio moments that I just played to make sure that the audio is working properly this time. And if it is not, rest assured that I will go back and fix it all. Okay? Thank you so much for being patient with me, for hanging out with me, for supporting me, following me, liking my work. If you have any questions or comments for me, don't hesitate to reach out. I am almost everywhere on social media, either Wordy Girl, Lexicon, or Sandra Peculiar, whatever you like. Oh yes, one last question from Dream Cartographer. Speaking of games, I'm still trying to figure out how Constance managed to get someone to play the honest answers for 1 minute game. So yes, that stemmed from this. So when they first met, in the hotel, she was trying to get him to open up, and he was like not acting right. So she was playing a little drinking game and made it where he had to, tell the truth or, drink the spicy drink. And when he was saying it, he was saying, okay, when it was my turn, I say unimportant, because that is the truth. It is unimportant. So she made it where whenever he says the word unimportant, he can't say that word. That's the banned word. So that was her attempt at trying to get him to open up. It didn't exactly work, as you can see in the 718 birthdays episode, where he still found a way to work around it. So saying unimportant, works temporarily. It's a quick fix, but even if he can't say unimportant, you're still probably not going to get very much information out of him. So yeah, thank you so much again, and you guys have a blessed and happy time zone, happy camping, and I appreciate you guys. Love you.